really good competition so far, very entertaining. Unfortunately, we've had some injuries in there, but that's the nature of this sport. We wish Limova the very best for a speedy recovery. The Russian is out, which leaves Yulia Kalina as clear favourite, the Ukraine athlete. But she's up against some stiff competition from the second of the Russians, the 19-year-old Nadezhda Likacheva. That's Ostapska, the Polish athlete who decided to not go big but go sensible with her snatch competition, and just like Martinez and Every and Kurnaz recording a good number, and that could benefit them. So this competition's still wide open, but you suspect, Michaela, that we are still looking at a two-horse race for the gold medal, Kalina and Likacheva.
Well, based on what we said at the start of the competition, we said, you know, this is a three-horse race and it's pretty much decided for the medals. It's not. We got it wrong. Anything could happen. At the moment, according to the scoreboard, we're looking at a two-horse race, but as I said, anything could happen. Who knows, you know, it takes one of those lifters to mess up and miss all three, or to sustain another injury. So at the moment, the bronze medal at the moment is wide open. It could be interesting.
103 kilograms on the mat, please.
Clean and jerk phase of the women's 63 kilo category about to get underway. That was a quick look at our leader after the snatch, Yulia Kalina, with a gold medal in the bag already, looking to improve on her silver and bronzes that she picked up in Tel Aviv last time out. And certainly comes into the clean and jerk phase as the favourite. Martinez then is going to come in. She had posted 95, but is looking in really good nick actually today, the Spaniard, so is up that to 103. But we're going to see a lot heavier than that before the end of this competition. But it's been so far so good for Irene Martinez. Looking just a little nervy as she comes up onto the stage, and understandably so. 106 her personal best in the clean and jerk, making her senior debut for Spain. But she's given a really good account of herself so far. Two kilos heavier on her PB in the snatch.
Very wide grip. Spanish all seem to be able to do this. Really good flexibility in the shoulders, elbows and wrists. Ooh, slightly dodgy on the right arm. I think she'll be okay. When I say slightly dodgy, the rules say the bar has to go to arm's length. No movement allowed in the elbows. We can see there on the right-hand side of the screen, two whites, one red. One referee agreed with me. Slightly short on the extension. Very strong standing up. Her right arm, movement in the right elbow. That's why she had one referee fail the lift, but it only needs to be a majority decision. That's a good lift, 2-1.
Yeah, good spot, but she's got it. So another decent number in the bag for Martinez to go with her snatch lifts. Brings Kurnaz of Turkey out onto the stage, the second of the juniors in this competition. She opens at 103 and opens successfully.
She does. Her right elbow didn't lock. She's obviously got a dodgy lock. And that's okay though, so long as there's no movement and flexion in the elbow, she'll get away with it.
Looking pretty cool and calm walking away from the stage.
You want to save your energy, so you put a big effort into lifting these kind of weights. You don't want to be running on and running off. Weightlifters only have fast twitch muscle fibres. Can't do any endurance running.
Well, you say that, Michaela, but the London Marathon is just around the corner for you.
I know, this is the most ridiculous challenge I've ever
Time to wish you the
on.
best of luck, I think.
Yeah, thank you for that, but not something I'll ever be doing again. Weightlifters do not run. And this is going to be the slowest marathon on record, but I'm determined to get around. So anybody out there, give us a wave, give us a shout.
Now then, Stapska. The most cautious, I would say, of our 8 athletes starting out today. 82, 84, 86 in the snatch, and all done very comfortably, very competently indeed. So enters at 105, and based on what we've seen so far, you would imagine this is well within her range today. 116 her PB. It's
unusual not to see a weightlifter wearing wrist supports or a belt. Usually lifters will wear the wrist supports to protect that small joint. There's a lot of pressure that goes through the wrist. If you look at the bar, the wrist overhead, the wrist is really bent back. The belt is there more for proprioception, really, to make sure you're engaging your core muscles. Obviously strong enough without it.
Ooh. Nasty little hip movement.
Going to have a back injury if she continues to lift that way. Good overhead, nice and solid. It's a good lift.
Good lead.
Well, continues to be successful. 4 from 4 then for Kasia Ostapska.
Just watch the replay, you see that skewiveness of the hips as she stands up out of the clean. This is going to put the lower back under some serious strain. If you imagine doing that repetition after repetition, year after year, those lower back joints are going to take some pounding.
Very, very impressive from Anna Every, an athlete that got 3 from 3 and a PB, 83, 86, 88. And the Finn looking really snappy today, looking like she's right on her lifting. So coming out with Ostapska at 105.
Ooh, same kind of movement we've seen. Hips moving off to the side. Oh, she'll be lucky to get that. Even if she'd stood with that, I think she would have had it failed. Movement on the left elbow.
Yeah, there's your little bit of experience making the judge's decision for them, not bothering to put any extra strain on. And this is very close to her PB, 2 kilos down on what she's done in international competition.
See the frustration. Watch the adjustment of the hands here. Just moves them wider. That means it's less distance for the bar to travel. Look at her left elbow, our right. There was movement there. That would have been failed, but it was slightly out in front as well, so she was never fully underneath the bar. She'll come out and correct that, I'm confident.
Finnish fans in the audience will have enjoyed her performance so far, but under a little bit of pressure now. And remember, if you miss your first lift of 3, you've taken some of your options away. If you're going to have a gamble, if you're going to have a bit of a punt, then you want to have your 2 lifts left.
Yeah, it's always nice to nail the first attempt, but she's come off the platform now. She's wasted quite a bit of energy, having done most of the work on the previous attempt. She will only have 2 minutes to follow herself. No other athlete is opting for this weight, and it takes a lot out of you. She'll still be breathing heavily, and it will take a good part of a minute 30 for her breathing to return to normal. And even then, it's not sufficient rest time to fully recover. So she'll be coming out still puffing a little.
Yes, both Kunaz and Martinez deciding to go to 106, so that means she does have to follow on, and on goes the belt. In terms of engaging that core, as you go into the lift, stomach presses up against the belt and just reminds you that you can use all those muscles.
When I was in the start position, I used to draw my lower abs in off the belt to remind me to engage the core muscles, so I was more stable, depending on the athlete's ability and body awareness. I'm not sure what every athlete does, but for me it was about trying to engage those core muscles, so as I took the bar off the floor, I knew I was in a strong position. But we'll watch the clean here, and her hips will shift across to her right.
Second attempt at 105 for Every. Let's hope she finishes this competition strongly, because it's been such a good start for her.
It's there.
Well done, well done. The smile is back at last.
Well, a small blip on her first attempt, but she's come out and corrected it. Not phased. She'll be disappointed though, because that has limited her options for the rest of the competition. She had a personal best of 107, so I think we're going to have an attempt at something higher. Probably good for a 110 attempt, I would have thought, based on this.
She could get 2 PBs today, could Every, if she plays this right. Successful if there, 1 to come. Clean and jerk phase of this women's 63 kilo category. Martinez comes back out onto stage, successful at 103, opts for 106 for her second lift in the clean and jerk. And Michaela, this, with so many athletes still in and moving around, there's a real option here for some tactics to come into play.
Well, there is Martinez, who is in picture right now. He's only 2 kilos behind after the snatch. That was near enough a power clean, so she has the leg strength. Needs to drive this bar to arm's length. Well, that was an attempt at pushing the bar to arm's length, probably brought about by the fact that she's dizzy. Bar resting on the windpipe, you can see her trying to shake off that dizziness. It's very frustrating when you're in this position here, stood up after the clean, bar heavy on the windpipe, can't get the oxygen in. She ends up trying to push rather than drive with the legs. Never goes to arm's length, doesn't split anywhere near wide enough. Those technical errors are almost certainly brought about by the fact that she was dizzy. That may just have cost her a chance of progressing towards this bronze medal. She needed that attempt.
And what it has done is it's given Every a little bit of breathing space here. The lack of oxygen for Martinez, that is. She's got to come back out for another go at this 106, which she's opting to do. Yes, that area across the top of the clavicle there, there's a lot of different systems in terms of nerves and the blood supply, plus the windpipe run through there, so it's a very delicate area.
And Martinez following herself. That was a 30-second buzzer that you heard. Quick glance at the clock. She knows how long she has, and she's going to use as much of this time as possible to recover. The
So
coach
no problem with the legs.
No, the coach will shout if she gets too close to the clock, but she's fine.
It's this phase that has caused her the problem.
Needs to move her feet wider.
There's the drive, but doesn't manage to get under, and that was never close.
Well, that's a shame. She's going to be disappointed looking back on that. A few technical things to go away and work on. Needs to drive more with the legs rather than trying to push with the arms. Clean was strong. I'd like to have seen how much further she could have gone. Just watch now. The body is never underneath the bar. Everything's slightly out in front. Frustration.
So Martinez exits with 95 in the snatch and 103 in the clean and jerk. Mehtap Kumas next out then for Turkey. 2 juniors in this competition. She's the slightly older of the two, still 19 years of age though, 20 in May.
And this is right on her limit. Equal personal best. Clean was hard. The jerk was nowhere near. 1 attempt remaining. She's probably... No, I don't think she is. I think she's got some other lifters are coming out on 108, so she won't be following herself. That's not always a good thing, because if another lifter comes out now for 108 and then it goes straight back to Kurnaz, it could potentially be less than 2 minutes that she has, so... Bar was never to arm's length. When you don't have the leg strength to drive the bar any higher, you need to split wider and drop lower.
Kasia Ostapska then next out. Let's see if that unusual hip movement, her right side, left as we look at the screen, we'll see if that's present in this next lift, or whether that was just a blip in the first round of clean and jerk. Competition opening up quite nicely for her if she can get a lift here. 108 then for the Polish competitor. Oh dear, it is there.
Nice overhead, takes a couple of steps forward.
Great work.
Good thing about the split jerk is if it is slightly forward, you have the opportunity to get your body back underneath it. You'll see some lifters opt for the power jerk or the squat jerk. If they do that, it's in front, there's no saving it. Don't like this clean, just that movement of the hips is really dangerous on the lower back. But the jerk, very good to arm's length. Was able to recover.
Yeah, not enough to take her past Martinez or Every. But Ostapska slips into 3rd position at the moment. Every then restricted to just 2 lifts after that miss at 105, and has decided not to come out for 110, but to keep it at 108. No, it just wasn't there.
Well, she finishes back on 105, but having placed 12th at last year's European Championships, this is going to be a significantly better result this year, so well done.
Yes, if it needed a bit of encouragement to keep pushing through this next Olympic cycle, then this is certainly it.
Not quite got the leg strength today. Good receiving position, started to stand. Back to the squats.
Should be pleased to hear that. So then, Comas next out. Martinez leads, despite that fail at 106, 95 and 103. Her two totals. Stupska in second, Every in third. Comas at 108. Gets it into that second phase. Oh, go on. No, too much movement. No, she's got it. Well, I thought there was movement on that elbow, but as you were saying earlier, maybe that is her natural elbow position. And she gets the 3 white lights. It was messy, but according to the judges, it was legal.
An athlete right on their limit. Knees coming right in, almost touching as she stands out of the clean. Bar to arm's length, the right arm obviously doesn't lock properly, but that's okay.
We move into the real medal challengers now in the second phase of this women's 63 kilo competition. And next up onto the stage, Giorgia Bordinon, the Italian, really did struggle her way through the snatch competition, but manages to register 97, comes in at 109. That was strong.
And so's that. She had a 112 down to start on, but she's brought that down to a 109, and do you know what? I think that's a very sensible, very mature decision. The coaches have made the right call here, bringing her down, getting one lift on the board. That's going to catapult her straight up into the lead on the total. And bearing in mind there's only 2 other athletes that are yet to come into the competition. The other athletes left in have got a heck of a way to go if they're going to challenge for the bronze medal. That, I think, is going to be a guaranteed bronze overall.
Good medal thinking from Bordinon, and that was so much tidier than her snatch lifts. A lot more control from the Italian. She meant that. So Ostapska still in and still lifting, but hurt by that 86, which was her final total in the snatch. It was always going to be a push for her, so has opted here for 110. Again, you have to say that is right on the limit for her. Just looking at her PB, 116, so
she's not in that kind of shape.
She's not
today.
No.
How close can she get? The Poles have brought a strong team here this year. They're trying to post lifters across the board to try and gain as many points as possible in the selection for and the qualification for the Rio Olympics next year. It's important that the teams as a whole do well. Depending on how well each athlete performs, will accumulate points to determine how many lifters they can qualify.
Kalina and Likacheva still to come out in this clean and jerk phase, and at the moment Ostapska in 4th position, unlikely to hold on to that, but this in terms of personal goals to complete what has been a pretty solid competition for her. Again, huge pronounced movement. No. And collapses under the weight, so Ostapska has to settle for 108 to go with her 86 for that total of 194. 4th position at the moment, just ahead of Evry.
Can I just throw a spanner in the works here?
Please do.
Looking at the scoreboard, we've got the lifter for the B group, Patricia Stenius of Sweden, actually clean and jerked to 110 earlier today. So she currently still holds the lead on the clean and jerk. The only person really now that can take her medal chances away is Bordinon, assuming that Kalina and Likacheva come out and execute at least one successful lift. Bordinon really needs this lift to take away that medal.
Apologies to Patricia Strenius of Sweden. We kind of written off her numbers at the top of the show. We were expecting to see something just that little bit bigger, but Bordinon here, if she lifts this, then it looks as if Likacheva and Kalina will take Strenius's medal away from her, but we'll see.
I don't know if the Italian coaches have actually noticed this. She only needed 110. This is now 112 that we're seeing on the bar.
Oh,
well, she's strong
goodness
enough.
me.
That's
Well, that's excellent. Yeah, I guess as coaches, you know what your athlete is capable of. You know the kind of form they're in. Add that little bit of pressure in for some adrenaline, and Bourdignon looking very good there.
Now that knocks Strenius from the B group potentially off the podium, assuming that Kalina and Likacheva register a lift in the clean and jerk. Stands up strong. Good to see the Italians really making some progress across a number of categories. Very gutsy, very determined, and she knows that's the bronze medal overall. Sorry, at least the bronze medal overall.
Yeah, she's
in the lead at the
guaranteed herself a
moment,
medal.
but she cannot go any further than third. Slightly behind the bar, but a good lift.
Yeah, Likacheva and Kalina will decide what colour Bourdignon's eventual medal is, because that's the battle for the gold between those two. But we've already seen a mistake from Lomova in the snatch, crashing out the competition. It's confirmation of how things stand at the moment in that clean and jerk, and well done to Patricia Strenius from the B group, getting in that silver medal position at the moment. But 2 lifters still to enter. The junior, Nadezhda Likacheva, 19 years of age, about to come into the competition, and Bourdignon just having a little look around here. She's in a world of her own at the moment, Bourdignon, but she can put some serious pressure on the Russian and Ukraine athlete, Yulia Kalina, who will follow her out if she can record this next weight, and she's posted 1:15. A little bit of chat from the coach. She's looking really strong in the clean jerk phase.
It's so hard as a coach in this position. You want to almost do it for your athletes. And it's a fine line between just saying, come on, you can do this, let's have the self-confidence, believe in yourself, and trying to overload them with information technically. She's coming out for a 1:17. This will be a 2 kilo personal best if successful. So this is a personal challenge.
So it goes up another 2 kilos from that 1:15 original posted number. Already guaranteed a medal, Bourdignon, but can she put some pressure on Kalina and Likacheva with this lift? Good start.
It's there. Needs to recover. Stand still. Feet in line.
Beautifully done. Well, that's cracking stuff from Bourdignon. Now the celebrations can start. And thank goodness the coach has been in the gym as well. That was a big hit. Great stuff. Oh, that's the sort of emotion you just love to see at these international competitions. And a really, really good effort from Bourdignon.
Well,
hung in there in the snatch, but great clean and jerk.
Just proves that anything is possible on this kind of platform. Looking at the competition caliber before we came into it, we thought there were 3 lifters, head and shoulders above the rest. Only takes one to make a small mistake, another lifter to execute really well. And Bourdignon then 5 out of 6 lifts, personal best all the way through. Pretty good day in the office.
Belting stuff. Likacheva and Kalina then to follow. Likacheva, no messing, just comes straight out at 1:18, doesn't hang about. And the junior is in the medals. The gold medal fight is on for the youngster.
Well, what I like about the Russian athletes is they come out very robotic in terms of movement. They've had these movement patterns drilled into them since they were very young. There's no technical problems, they're just strong, solid, dynamic. As my coach once said to me, come on, you need to lift like a guy, dynamic. Sometimes the girls can be a little soft in their movements, but that was superb.
Very, very good from Likacheva. So 1:18 recorded, which means that Bourdignon can do no better than a silver.
And the 1:18, that was brought down from a 1:20, reason being secure the silver medal overall, put herself ahead of Bourdignon, so she's guaranteed that medal. Now let's see what she can really do. Let's see if she can put the pressure on Kalina in the clean and jerk.
Likacheva already has the silver medal from the snatch competition. He's the gold medalist from the snatch competition. Now then, this is where we're going to see some cat and mouse. Who goes to what weight? This is a
We're going
big
to see
call.
Likacheva go something like 125 on the second attempt just to put the pressure on Kalina. Well, Kalina's clearly coming out, so...
She is, yeah. Boarding, delighted. Fantastic stuff to see her sprint off the stage like that, leap onto the coach. That was wonderful. But back to the serious business. Gold medal in the women's 63 kilos. Yulia Kalina then yet to register a weight for the clean and jerk. But this to follow on from her superb performance in the snatch competition. Decent start. And there you go, 124. Straight up Nova, and Kalina moving into the lead and just sending out a very strong signal to Likacheva.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen now on the scoreboard. Likacheva is going to take 1 kilo more than whatever Kalina does and hope that Kalina makes a mistake.
So we're down to body weights now.
Well, Likacheva was 1 kilo down after the snatch. Had they lifted the same, she would have been lighter on body weight, so she only needs to win by 1 kilo on the clean and jerk to take the overall title. This is going to be a case of you go, I go. Next out, we will see, I'm fairly sure, Likacheva on 125.
And that's exactly what has happened. Likacheva then, 125, businesslike, straight onto the stage.
Needs this.
The 19-year-old to move into gold medal position. Very
Speed.
strong.
It's there.
Oh, no.
Goodness me.
So close.
So easy to arm's length, just backed away from the bar. Well, that's a mistake. She really needed that lift.
Yeah, she knows it as well. Bourguignon guaranteed the bronze, but these two fighting it out for the gold. It's the first blink from Likacheva.
It was there, just on the recovery. It was in and over, it was overhead, the body was underneath the bar. It was a lovely position until the recovery.
And then sitting in gold medal position. Make gold across the board for her. Now Likacheva, well, if that's correct, what's just come up on the computer, coming out again at 130. This is getting interesting.
Likacheva is assuming that Kalina is going to be successful with her next attempt, so she's gambling everything and trying to stay with her. Kalina 130.
So Yulia Kalina then to come out to lift what would be equaling her personal best at 130. Gold medal position at the moment. Likacheva deciding that it may have gone already, so she's just going to gamble it on that final lift. And she does have the firepower to do it. She has recorded 135 in international competition, has Likacheva. So this lift from Kalina, basically, if it's successful, forces Likacheva's hand.
Okay, there was a last-minute change here. This has come down to 127.
Done it. And that was good lifting from Kalina, but it's left the door open, and the gamble from Likacheva was a good one because now she can come back from 130.
I think we might see Likacheva here lower her next attempt before the bar is loaded down to 127. 127 is the weight needed, assuming that Kalina cannot lift any more than she just has done.
Now that kilo difference from the snatch in terms of getting the scores level of winning on body weight for Likacheva. She's got to get her maths right here, along with the coaches.
Oh, this is a cat and mouse game. The
This is
coaches are
great.
taking over in the warm-up room. Surely this is only going to be a 128. He only needs to take the lead by 1 kilo to be in the lead on body weight.
We have seen a couple of unusual calls so far at this championships, and one yesterday costing a medal. So Likacheva here, it's still registering at 130. We will see when she comes out onto stage. We'll confirm exactly what that weight is. My goodness. Well, that's a massive call. That's a massive call. Likacheva then, 130 to move into gold medal position.
And she wants it, has the legs to stand.
No, It's not there, and the gamble hasn't paid off. 128 was the weight she needed to move into the lead, but decides to go for bust. 130, it's a fail. And Likacheva in silver medal position. So Yulia Kalina, all the pressure off her. I wonder if she'll come back out.
130 is her best. Surely we're going to see something slightly more than 130 to have a go at a personal best if she does come out.
Yes, I think that's the only reason she'd come back to the stage, because the work is done. Gold medals across the board.
Still quite a way off the European senior record, 141. So this is for a personal best attempt.
Yeah, this to complete a very good day for the Ukraine athlete. Well, she looked the real deal from that first lift. Likacheva not quite able to exert the pressure she was looking in the clean and jerk to exert. Good start. And the gold medalist does it in style. Nice lifting from Yulia Kalina, and makes up for that bronze last year at the Europeans by claiming gold here across the board. That's a very good competition for Kalina and for Ukraine. Well, a nice battle. We were expecting something a little bit more. Once again, it would have been nice to see the medal decided on just that final lift, and we nearly got there. But I think, once again, you go away from this competition wondering about that decision for Likacheva to come back out at 130 and not 128.
Well, it was kind of irrelevant in the end. Kalina came out with 132. She would have taken victory regardless. So the medals have gone to the right athletes. Just a real shame that Lomova pulled out injured after the snatch. Would have been good to see a three-horse battle at the end, but nonetheless, some good lifting, personal best from many of these lifters, and I think this is going to bode well for the World Championships later in the year.
Yes, we were enjoying the weightlifting up until now, but we've just seen this competition start to heat up. Today promised us a decent contest for the gold. That's exactly what's happened. We do wish Lomova the very best with what is obviously a serious shoulder injury. But congratulations to Yulia Kalina, to Nadezhda Likacheva in silver, and a very good result. Georgia Bourdillon picking up that bronze medal, and that's put her in good position in the overalls as well. So that's your clean and jerk rounded up. Australia's just missing out. But, a decent weight from her. As Kalina signs off, Likacheva holding the temples, but she'll be back, don't you worry about that. Just 19 years of age. Here's Bourdillon, our bronze medalist. Super effort from her. We'll be confirming those results right now. There we go, Kalina, 238 to claim that gold medal with her overall total 106, 132. That's fine lifting from Kalina. And Nadezhda Likacheva, 105, 118 for 223, and Georgia Bourdillon, not so strong on the snatch, but a really good effort on the clean and jerk to claim that bronze medal. But it's Ukraine gold in the women's 63 kilos. You can end up longing for decent finishes to competitions, and it doesn't always happen, but that was a really good one today, very enjoyable. And this is what we've got for you tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time on British Eurosport, women's 69 kilos, and then 5 p.m. 85 kilos for the men, an hour later, Central European time. And that'll be the way of it from Thursday through to Friday and Saturday. We've got multiple categories for you. 75k and 95k for the women and the men respectively on Friday, same timings. And then we start early on Saturday for the men's 105 kilos. That's at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central European time. And then we go through just before midday, British Eurosport for women's 75 kilos. And just after for the men's 105 plus, the super heavyweights coming out to finish off, as they always do, at these weightlifting championships. So plenty of excellent action to come. We've had plenty of excellent action today. And there is your medalist. So super effort from Kalina to record that victory today. we'll be heading to have a look back at the women's 58 kilo competition. That's coming up straight after the break. But for now, Kalina and Ukraine, congratulations. Very, very good gold in the women's 63 kilos.